Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. So I thought I would do a playthrough and tutorial of one of my favorite Lynyrd Skynyrd songs, That Smell. A friend of mine wrote me a couple weeks ago and asked if I could do something like that. So I thought for this video, I'll just kind of go through the parts that I do for each section, and then maybe I'll do a separate video of just the playthrough and no talking. So it's not like, 20 minutes long. So, because I can gab for sure. So, this is a really fun song to sit in. I love playing this song with my good friends in the Stellar Band. So, and I played this with Von Rutter as well. So, I thought I'd go through the parts, and some of the parts you'll see that I try to keep it more true to the original version of the song, and then in other sections, I'll show you that I throw my own little spin on it. So I'll, try to make that clear. So in the intro, there's that cool count off, and then there's a drum hit, and then the guitars start that little lead-in line, right? So it would have like a pickup kind of thing, and it goes, it's, right, you're in A minor, right? So it's like a pentatonic kind of thing, right? And like you slide from your 3rd fret to your 5th, and then your 5th, and then I slide from the 5th to the 7th, and then you go to your 5th fret, and then I do like a little double stop here. So I got, so you're playing your G string, your C note there. So you hammer on your G to the A. So it's like a little bit of a hammer on there. And then back to your 7th fret or your E. So it's, that's that first lead-in line that they do, right? So now we're in the song now, and so I try to do something pretty similar to what the original is. So you're going to bend on your 7th fret, or on your D, on the G string on the 7th fret. Right, so it's kind of like a subtle, kind of like a lazy bend, right? And then you're going to go to your 5th fret, and then your 7th fret again. Nope. Not sure what's easier, if you guys prefer me saying the frets or the notes, so let me know down below. Still getting used to the tutorial, so I'd love to hear some feedback on that. So far we have right, so it's one slower bend, and then you're going to do it again, kind of similar. It's, so you're bending up to your E note there, and then so, and then you go to your 5th fret on your G string, and then I slide. It sounds like he's doing the same thing there. I slide from my 8th fret to the 10th on the B string. So it goes, and then it's a little bit of a hammer on. You go from your 10th fret, and you're going to hammer to your 8th. So it's like a, right? And then you're going to go on your G string. You're going to go to your 9th fret, or your E. So it's, and then you're going to slide again to your, you're going to do that same kind of slide again from your 8th to your 10th. And then you're going do, it's kind of like a half bend, like a half step. It's kind of weird, like you would think it sounds more like it should be doing like a whole step there, but if you listen to the track, it's kind of like, it's like kind of in between. So here's the whole intro line that I do. I think I missed one little slide there, so it's, so you throw that in there. So it's 8, 10, 8, a slide. And then you do the little hammer-on thing that I had before. It's hard to explain things slow, right? And then when you do it, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot that part. But okay, I think we got the intro now. So let's go into that verse rhythm, which is pretty much the chorus rhythm also, but they're just, the dynamics are different. So you're going to be doing like an F, kind of, it's more like a power chord kind of. So it's not, you're going to be muting your other strings. You're just going to, so, right, as they say, the cowboy chords, right? So that's going to be that, and it's going to be an A minor chord. But I don't let the high E ring out. I mute that. Then after you do those two chords, right? So it's kind of like a muted thing there. I throw in, it's a little bit hard to pick it out in there. I think it's doing something like this, so this is the way I do it. So I go open A, and then you got your 3rd fret, your C note there, and then your E note here, and then your open G. So open, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open G string. Not sure which is better to say. Yeah. So then it's like you're basically just arpeggiating the A minor chord with an open D first. So the picking, that's probably the weird part. So I pick the first note, and then I hammer on the second one, right? And then I pick the 3rd, and then the 4th. It's the same kind of thing. You pick and you hammer on, and then you pick again, and then for me I pick up on the last note. So so as you can see, like I'm muting a lot, and I throw in like little like chunks and ghost note kind of things to kind of just try to add some snap to it. So for the verse rhythm, it's you're just playing the first, the second string, I'm sorry, the 2nd fret on the D and the G string. So you got your open A, and so that's like the second part of the verse rhythm. So the whole thing is. It's basically the same thing. thing, just a little bigger. Dynamic thing. So usually Jay or Johnny, they take the first guitar solo. So I just keep doing that rhythm in there. So maybe I'll at some point learn that solo if you guys want, let me know. But usually I don't do that first one. It is awesome, it's killer. So maybe I will learn it just for fun. So after that, goes into another verse and then chorus, and then you have that bridge section, right? So it has like that little breakdown, which is nice. So you're going to be doing an F chord, but like in the higher, starting from your F here, and I do kind of like an arpeggiated thing. I don't know if it's exactly the way they do it, but it's the way I do it. So I go, so I leave that high E open. So then I go to so it's like a 9 or whatever, or it's like a 13, I think. So I'm adding that that B note to it, but it's just an A minor. Yep. So I go. Right. So it's. So if you want to see the picking, it's. That's kind of how we do it there. And then there's like a little build that pushes back into that chorus. So it kind of holds there, and then I do like a little hammer-on thing of that A minor, but I leave the third out or whatever. So it's kind of like builds. Then there's a cool there's like another little breakdown before my solo comes in. So I do kind of like a little chunky thing here. So I go down at my lower F chord, right? And I kind of do an open, right? So it's like a G chord, but like an open G with your open D. And I do an A minor there. You're muting all that, so you want to make it like tight and snappy. So I kind of build it out, and then for the solo, I take little bits of the original, and then I'll kind of go off into my own. So like in the beginning, I kind of take what they did. So I think that part's similar, or it's kind of, you know. So I'm doing something kind of, that part I tend to keep the same when I start it. So I'm bending on my 4th fret up to the C note there on my B. So it's just like a half step bend. down to my A, then to the G. And then I do like a little pickup line where it's like, pentatonic kind of thing. You go from like the C to the D, or 5th fret to your 7th. So then you're kind of sliding from that D to your E. So it's like a double stop, as they call it. So you got your 8th fret, right? You're on your B string. And then I slide back down from the 9th, from your E to your D to your C. So far it's... I tend to keep the same, and then from there I'll kind of just do whatever. This is where I just kind of go loose and do whatever I'm feeling. So you don't have much time there, so it's pretty short right there, right before. So you throw in, I don't know, it's probably like two measures or something at that point. And after that, now you go to that key line that they have, where they have that little melody that they all jump into, where it's, so you got your 13th fret on your B string, and then you do like a, so it's like a hammer on. And then you go to your 14th, and then your 12th, your A to your D. And then you're going to go to your E note there, or your 9th fret, and then your 11th on your B string, and then your 10th, and then 12th on your G, and then 10 on your G string. So that whole line is... And then it has a little line here where you go on your 7th fret on your D string. Right, so it's 7th from 7, 5, 7. It does like a slide up kind of thing from your 5th fret, right? So it's 5, 7, 8, and then, I'm sorry, 5, 7, 9, and then 8, 10, 12, 13. Harmonic thing there, kind of a little bit like a little pinch thing, so you can throw that in there. But the one thing to keep in mind when you're doing that little, he kind of mutes it a little bit. It's like there's like a drop in dynamics, right? So that first line is. To your 13th fret and your 12th on your G string. 13th fret on your B string, and then 15. You're going to bend, and you're going to have your 15th fret on your first string there, or your G note. So it's and then he kind of does like a little bending thing there again, where it's like. He adds the E under it now. So it's. And then he goes down. Now you're going to bend on your 7th fret on your G string. So it's you're going to bend there. And then 3rd fret. I'm sorry, not 3rd. 5th fret on your G string, and then 7th fret on your D string. So now you're going to go on your G note, or 5th fret on your D string, and then it's like a little slide here. So now you're on your A string, so you're going to slide from your 5th fret up to your 6th, back to your 5th, and then your 3rd fret, and now down to your A note, or your 5th string. That's a tongue twister, isn't it? Your 5th fret on the 6th string. So it's. So you're going to go back to your 3rd fret, or your C note, and then you're going to bend on that 5th fret on your 5th string. Slide from your 5th fret to your 7th on your D string. And then that's on your 7th fret. And then this is kind of weird. You're going to bend on your 9th fret. And then you go back to your 5th fret. Back to your 7th fret on your D string. So it does that kind of little slide again from your 5th to your 6th. And then I slide from the G to the A, or your 3rd fret to your 5th. And then you end on your 1st fret on the 6th string. So like that whole solo will kind of be. It can get a little much in that bending there. But that's basically the solo that I do there. Then go back to the chorus. There's that one little pickup where the chorus doubles here on that last chorus, and there's like a little, it kind of does like another hit on the G chord to the F, right? So it's, you know. You'll like hear that when I do it with the track, but that part's a cool little part. And there's like a little cool little hits there where we all accent that together. Then the outro, I take bits of it again, but I kind of do my own thing too. So he does like a lot of the bending up here on, you're bending up to your A. So that I never really do exactly the same, but I try to do something like that. I tend to do that. He does that in the track, something like that. So I kind of throw in like a double stop. So I have that F sharp there. Or no, I'm sorry, the E, excuse me. So I have that on the B string. So you're kind of doing that. And then there's one part where you can kind of feel it build, where it does like... Right, so you kind of feel that build. So that's kind of a cue there. You want to get that, because there's a part in the solo that he always goes to that part. It's like about halfway through on that last solo there. So it's, you know, some kind of line here, you know, have fun with it. So that's important. You want to get that. So you're bending on your first string. Hammer on here. And then, let's see. Oh, then after that, I usually kind of do, you know. So I'm bending on my G string, and I'm keeping my G note here. And then I kind of do like a double stop kind of thing, like an E minor thing. Some fun with that, do what you want there, and then it sounds like they do go to something like this. So right, you're like your hammer on your 15th, 13 to 15, and then your 14 on your G string, and then you're hammering on 13. 17. But you're not like picking everything, so it's right, so that's where you're hammering on. It's hard to do that slow. something like that, and you kind of like want to mute it a little bit, right? Oh, and then you do like a little line there to end it, whatever you want to do. Something. And then it goes back to that last line one more time, that main melody that it goes back to with the. Double stop thing with your 7th fret and your 5th fret. And your E note there, your 7th fret. And then like another little double stop. 5th fret and 4th fret. So yeah, that's the basics of what I do on That Smells. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry if I talked a little bit. I tend to do that. But it was really fun. And let me know if you have any questions. And I'll do a playthrough vid with no talking so you guys can see the whole thing in context. Have a great day, guys. See you soon.